Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So one of the most fascinating and amazing things that when we arrived to Kenya that I thought was just the coolest thing in the world is Matatu culture. Matatu culture is, I'm trying to think of the words, but it's a form of transportation. So you take Matatus and you take like these mini buses to get to where you need to go. But there's different levels to this, okay? So you got your little mini buses that can be a little shabby, ran down. One time I got in one and the door fell off. You know, they can be, and they're packed to the max. It's hot. You know, it can get a little complicated in there. So those are the little small mini buses. And then you have like some bigger buses that are just plain basic. Everybody gets on and off. Okay, no big deal. Whatever. Then you have the Matatus, the badass Matatus. Like, I mean, these things are decked out from top to bottom. And what makes them even more cool is that the paint jobs and the exterior of them, they got music, TVs, the surround sound. I mean, they're bumping all the way down the road. I mean, it just makes the experience of riding a bus like next level. And for what I've been told, Kenyans are the only ones who have this Matatu culture. So it's fascinating to me, and they're so creative and they put so much effort into turning these buses. Now, downside is some people say that they could be like speeding coffins, but that's in any Kenyan transportation because road safety, it's not what it should be. And that's just being dead honest. A lot of people die on Kenya roads, and a lot of people die in the US too, but Kenya roads in particular, you can tell that there is no real safety put in place to protect the public. So with that being said, yes, there is some improvement that needs to be done on the NTSA side. Apart from that, I traveled and used public transportation the whole entire time I was in Kenya. Only one time I had really some issues with some people trying to steal my bags. But other than that, oh wait, my bus did crash one time on the way to Mombasa, but it was a minor crash. You know, the driver fell asleep. So if it would have been worse, or if he would have been speeding, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. So that's the only thing about Matatus and Kenya transportation in general. It does need to be some safety protocols. And yes, I do have the right to talk about this because I have been in transportation safety for the last 16 years. So I'm certified, trained again. So I know safety when I don't, so don't come for me. Okay? You can't compete when it comes to transportation and safety and shit, because I know my shit. But other than that, it's crazy how you can get on these things and they're speeding and they're gone. You know, they like to get to their destinations fast, but at the same time you get distracted by the music, and it's a very, you know, energizing experience. And My favorite ones are the ones that have like Nicki Minaj on the side painted on them, Tupac, Biggie, you name any rappers. I mean, some have Frozen, some have Skittles. You got the Rastas, the Jamaicans. You got everything painted on the side of these buses, and it's done in like a graffiti type, style, and it's just super creative. And I mean, I hope they never get rid of Matatu culture. I heard that they were trying to do some crackdowns, but on the loud music and stuff like that. But that's not what they need to be worried about. They need to be worried about the safety of the public. That's what they need to be worried about. The loud music necessarily doesn't kill the people. It's the drivers not driving accordingly or doing the speed limits what kills people. So I just think that that's one of the main reasons. But all in all, it's amazing. Now, the conductors on the Matatu are also characters in themselves. Now, me personally, I never talk when I get on them because as soon as they hear my voice, they charge me more because I'm a foreigner. So, but if I know the price, so I'm good. But for the most part, I try to just stay quiet. And the conductors themselves are also very charismatic, hanging out the sides, dancing, hooting, hollering, yelling, and all those things. It is quite a very fun and interesting experience. So I highly recommend going on one of the nicer Matatus if you are traveling in Kenya. But for me, I took the regular, all of them, back and forth, travel to Nairobi and different things all the time. There were times when I had to basically tell the conductor, yeah, I work for the NTSA, to get them to drive safer, stuff like that, because my life does matter, and including all the other people in the Matatu's lives matter, even if the driver is not trained properly and think that they don't. So granted, the Kenyan transportation service definitely needs some improvement, but the Matatu culture is creative, it's fun, and it is phenomenal, to ride in a frozen bus. And I've been a bus driver for years. The only bus in my bus looks like a big yellow school bus. So keep up the good work in the artistic, side of transportation.
Here we go, making really on, getting icy zone, flexing, I've been swerving, make it trendy, we look sexy. Here we go, making really on, getting icy zone, flexing, I've been swerving, make it trendy, we look sexy. It's so icy, 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 엄마네 combination, 새로운 가간지 머리 swag, 남들이 잘 때도 쓸어담지, breaking good, life is good, 한동안 잊었어 이 느낌을, for better life, for better love, 이제는 나도 두 배 벌어, I don't give a fuck, who should give a fuck.